I'll tell you one thing. I would be willing to shit my pants for America. I would do just about anything. Not anything, but I would shit my pants for America.
You see that twinkle in my eye?
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
What?
It's from the fact that we're about to win this election.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. One day to go, dude.
I gotta say something. I mean this purely in a
No
platonic way. Yeah. You are looking good, baby.
Thanks.
I mean, look at you. Got stand up.
Thanks.
But stay in the camera. They got to see.
I've
it.
actually, I got to show this.
Oh
So,
my gosh!
my mother-in-law got me these overalls and then added some additions. Is that a thing? Adding additions? She made some additions.
Made some additions. Yeah.
And as you can see, I got different patches, and pretty much all of them have something to do with Trump. I've even got this, which is almost like the police badges that they put on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because it's Velcro. You can actually
No,
take
it's
it off.
not.
Yeah. It comes off. I don't want to mess it up, though, so I'm not going to do it. We're just going to leave it right there. But
Okay.
it's Velcro, I promise.
Okay, I believe you.
And then once you get
Look
up.
at this.
Let's see.
Sick.
Get up.
Oh my gosh.
And you got all this. Hold on. That's not it. Watch.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Watch. Look at my butt.
Oh, right there. Look at it. Look at it. Woo! All right, now give us a little Hulk Hogan pose there.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Woo! We're going to win now.
That's it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. Is everybody feeling confident for real? Like, in all honesty, we're all feeling confident here.
Yeah, I'm feeling like 95% or more. I'm pretty happy about
Yeah, I'm a
this.
little worried about how confident I am. That's how confident I am.
Well, we've all kind of, brought up that we have like a sense of peace about it. Like it's,
Yes.
I'm just at a point where it's like it's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. And I was listening to Leland this afternoon, and he was always my go-to, even before I was in radio, to like look to where things currently stand. And listening to him gave me a lot of confidence this afternoon. He's very optimistic. He's, at the end of the day, we don't have to have a landslide, but it would be kind of nice.
Wouldn't it be?
I mean, winning the popular vote would be kind of nice.
I know.
And if you're a Republican and you win the popular vote, you've won the election. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Reagan sort of at this time. Everybody's got that vibe going on.
Reagan. Woo!
What if we get like, how sweet would it be like early in the night, and I hope this video doesn't come back to haunt us, early in the night, they call like New York for Trump. At that point, they're just going to say, it's over. That election's over. You don't even have to worry about anything else.
I don't know what I would do. It would involve alcohol. It would involve alcohol.
And then we wake up tomorrow and California's been closed for Trump.
Oh my gosh, I would keep drinking.
People would melt down. I thought you might have been drinking today because you said shit on the radio.
Yeah, I was surprised by that one, actually. Yeah.
And listen, and from what I understand,
No, I'm glad we dumped it, right? I'm glad that we dumped it.
I'm worried that our dump button isn't working appropriately.
Because, I hit it in plenty of time.
You did what you were supposed to do. So it's got to be a mechanical failure, but
now, let's be honest, okay? I said, shh. I didn't. I did SHI. I didn't do the T. I didn't go shit. I was like, shit. And then I realized what I was saying.
It sounded like shit on the app. I don't know.
definitely sounded like shit to me too.
I'll have to go check that.
So you said shit on the radio, and then once you and I started discussing it, you're like, let's just not talk about it because I don't want to get in trouble. The text line starts to blow up, and everybody's like, oh, I heard it on terrestrial radio.
But that's not true, though. I mean, that's the funny. Our listeners are the best listeners. They love to joke and josh with us, you know. That's what I love, because different people will be watching this podcast. You know what I mean? And I love my job.
He was so fired up too, and we were talking about chimpanzees. Like, if he's gonna drop a shit bomb on the air, like, I would have never guessed it was gonna be on a chimpanzee topic.
I do not like, what was that, Bonzo or whatever kind of monkey that's like
Bonzo or something.
No, don't get me started on chimpanzees. I told you they eat your face off and they will tear out your private parts and eat them.
That's weird. It was weird. What is this over here? What is?
Oh, this is something. I'm glad you reminded me. Something I want you to do. This is, and I'm going to pull back the curtain. I am going to be Uncle Sam. He's not real. So this is spirit gum that I used to put on my Uncle Sam goatee.
Oh,
and my Uncle Sam.
So it's like glue.
And stuff. Yes. However, I've used this when we did the Johnny O'Carroll. The Irish, you had the.
Oh, I can't wait for you to come in Wednesday and you've got this residue all over your face from where you couldn't get it off.
See, I can't. Yeah. It's like stuck. I can't get it off. But I figured you, with your man-do muscles, could handle it.
You
Come on, baby.
Do it? Oh, we might have to take a wrench to this.
I know, and I'm afraid the top will break
Well,
off.
I mean, if it's a glue liquid, it's probably glued shut.
I'm just glad it's glue going to be on his face and other stuff, Well,
I mean,
Tim Walls is not coming to the party.
Oh, that's right.
What is... It's not going to work. Oh my gosh! What am I going to? I've got to go to Spirit Halloween or something. They've closed. Halloween is over. Okay.
Do you need that one open too? We can get it open with a wrench. We just got to get a wrench.
This one comes right open because this is the stuff that. Oh, it's empty. Oh crap! So I'm gonna have to wear that off.
Is it like a dual purpose, like PVC piping? How you used to use the purple and the clear? Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, but it's a little bit safer than that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, you put that on and it sticks, and then this you would take afterwards and you put it on your face and it will roll off.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you have to claw at your face.
Yeah.
To get it off, or you just wear it for a couple of weeks.
I thought that might have been medicine for your foot because you broke your toe.
Oh yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
You checked it when you got here, and it's a lot worse than you thought.
Oh my gosh! Last time I looked at it was last night.
Yeah.
And of course, what I did was wash clothes and I put them in a basket. You know those white baskets that you get to Walmart, and they got all the little holes in them. I guess it's for ventilation or whatever. And I was walking to the bathroom. And I was and man, my little toe got caught in one of those holes, and I went forward so far that the basket moved, and it was loaded with clothes.
I was gonna say, if it was an empty basket, it's like all flopping around as he's trying to run from it, like a dog getting scared, getting caught in a trap.
But I just looked at it, and it's bad. You want to see it? I want to see it. Come on.
No, just don't do it close to me. Do it like just. You can use my camera. Just don't put it on the camera. Just put it up there.
Let me turn.
You gotta. Oh, this is gonna be so gross over my. Okay, over higher. Now turn your foot. There you go. Up.
Oh man,
that's bad.
It's purple.
Oh God, that is an awful.
It's bad.
That is okay. That's enough.
Yeah, we saw it right before the show. It looked pretty bad.
I just pulled a hip muscle.
Oh God.
God, I'm falling apart at 61.
You know what my first thought was is the audience is going to be screenshotting that picture of John Burt's foot right in front of me because it looks like I'm giving him a foot massage or something. Let's hope they don't do that.
We're real close. We're a family.
Oh yeah.
Let's hope they don't do that. But yeah, big election night watch party tomorrow.
Yes.
I hope everybody that won tickets shows up. If you won tickets and you don't show up, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yes.
Because we went through a lot of trouble to give those tickets away.
We did.
It'll be kind of nice to be around a bunch of winners. And,
Yeah, that's
like
it.
everybody won.
Think about that. All Trump does is win. We're gonna win tomorrow night with a bunch of winners.
But our listeners are not losers.
No, they're winners.
That's right. So everyone went.
Anybody that's listening is a winner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch this podcast, you're a winner for sure.
Absolutely.
Tony Gump will be on the radio with us tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
That's
it'll be
gonna
fun.
So,
And he's ordering a surprise for us. Remember, Tony?
If you guys still want to do that, I will.
Let's do it, but don't tell anybody.
I won't tell.
Okay.
I don't know what it
This
is.
is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun.
I don't know that I like the sound of that.
It's gonna be so much fun.
So winners, we're going to call it a winner party. Hopefully we win this election. Hopefully something we hadn't talked a lot about. Hopefully we win the House and the Senate. I got to imagine if there is a landslide that Republicans are going to take the House and Senate, and then we can get some major things done, major things corrected really, really quick if there is a decent chunk of Republicans. I mean, you think about even in the Senate, like if we can get even just edge out the Democrats in the Senate and get 2 to 3 Republicans, we'd be Gucci, man. Get Carrie Lake in there. Mm-hmm. Imagine Carrie Lake being that 51st Republican senator, being that tiebreaker each time.
Oh, man.
Come on, man. That'd be awesome.
Christmas morning.
Would be like Christmas morning.
Yeah, not only the Senate and the House, but you think about the team Trump's already assembled. He's not doing like last time. Now he's going to have some real good people in there that aren't paid off.
People that have a reputation that they want to maintain, so they're not going to go in there and play the Washington, D.C. These are the opposite. And half of them are Democrat. RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Elon. Like all these people. I think he needs to put that Shanahan chick that was running mates with RFK in there as well. I'm starting to really like. I was very suspicious of her at first, but I'm really liking her now.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome. And don't forget, Ron Paul's kind of been mentioned lately, too. He's a big deal.
Ron Paul, imagine that.
Bring it all in, man. Bring everybody together.
Oh, this is going to be wild.
I'm sorry.
bro.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps,
Stop
too.
it.
We talked a lot about Polymarket on the last episode, and Polymarket was dropping, and we were trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
It had dropped to what? It was 55.45, or was it lower than that?
I think the lowest I saw it go was early in the morning. I think it hit 53.6 is what I saw.
And now
Wow.
Donald Trump is back up to 58.5%.
Yep, it's coming back.
Which is good. Means people are buying Trump.
And that other betting market, that Kalshi one or whatever they call it, Kalshi, he's up 55 as well. So he's made a little spike up here at the end.
Is that is that a new thing? I don't remember that happening in the last election where you could bet on, at least on
I
these
wondered about that too.
independent websites. I don't remember you being able to bet on who won.
You probably could have, but we just didn't hear much about it. It's only kind of came across these past few years, a lot of these betting apps and other, places to do it.
And if that's the only bet, I mean, if Donald Trump wins, does the website not lose money? Or I guess they're making money when people are trading back and forth. It's not about
regardless
the
of the outcome, the website and the people that did it are going to make their 1% or whatever, because it's never comes out to exactly 100. So they're making their pennies on the dollar.
Did either of y'all watch John Fetterman on Joe Rogan?
No.
By the way.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing, and it was very hard to watch the whole thing because of the malfunctions or whatever you want to call it.
His processing in his brain don't process. This is wild because I started to watch it, and I got about 20 minutes in, and I finally just had to cut it off. I'm like, dude, I can't handle it. But it was crazy to see Joe Rogan bring things up to a Democrat's face and say, hey, Democrats are trying to change the electorate with illegal immigration. They're trying to flood swing states and everything else so they can then turn them into voters down the road, and then they never lose. And Fetterman pushed back on it a little bit, but essentially he did admit, yeah, it's us. We're trying to pipe people in here for our own benefit. And if I'm like, this had to have been a Fetterman on his own thing.
Yeah.
There's no way the Kamala Harris campaign would have been stupid enough to say, Fetterman, go to Joe Rogan on our behalf, because it was not good.
Yeah, at this point, if you want to be president, it's almost like a requirement to go on Rogan just to see how a person really is,
Think about that, though. How cool would that be to make it an official requirement? I mean, if Joe Rogan ends up with some longevity, like we will, if this turns out in a Trump landslide, Joe Rogan's show is going to get a ton of credit, because after an election, everybody analyzes what went wrong, what went right, what won the election, what caused the election, blah, blah, blah. This, with a Trump win, people are going to say, that's what put him over the top.
You know what? Maybe Trump needs to create a position, something like the director of podcasts.
Maybe.
And then Joe Rogan could be it.
Yeah, I don't think Joe Rogan wants to be in government. I think Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson both, as much as they love Donald Trump and as much as they want Donald Trump to win, I don't think either one of those would ever get involved in it.
My only question mark at this point, I kind of see where everybody's going to fall into place with the cabinet, but who do you think, I mean, the press secretary is going to be key in all of this. Do you think he's just going to have some pretty smart lady behind the microphone, or is he going to go with like an Alex Jones or something?
Well, when he started in 2016, he had Sean Spicer, which was a guy, he didn't really have any experience in that role, but he was good at just going out there and doing what he was told, but it was a very rough start for him because, again, he wasn't used to it, and there was this onslaught from the media against that administration unlike anything we'd ever seen. And so when he puts his team together, they're going to be ready for it. They're going to know what to expect from the media. Do you go Vivek Ramaswamy?
Oh, man.
Do you go...
What about Tucker?
I don't think Tucker will do it.
On that.
I can't imagine that Tucker's gonna one, give up what he's doing right now, but two, he's always sworn like I never want to work in government. Maybe bring somebody further outside, like a Charlie Kirk, or some of these people that bring Steve Bannon back, not as a press secretary, but there's a lot. There's so many options as to what this team could look like. It's going to be fascinating to watch it get put together.
Oh, man. I'm getting more goosebumps just talking about it.
I know it. Oh, my God.
There's a guy called Ping Trip on Twitter that takes different, like, he does a lot of Joe Rogan stuff. He'll take pieces of a Joe Rogan podcast and splice it up and make them seem like they're saying stuff that they're really not.
Oh, man.
Oh, and so he did one with Donald Trump I came across today. You gotta watch this. This is fascinating.
Oh, could you do me a favor? Do you know Elon Musk?
Yeah.
He gave me the nicest endorsement. You should do the same thing, Joe.
I cannot.
Why?
You're Hitler.
Do you believe this? That's garbage. You cannot be voting for Kamala. I have watched you for so many years. You're not a Kamala person. Kamala's a very low IQ person.
You would be bad for the country.
Joe, you're so beautiful. I'm telling you, Joe, you're better looking than Tom Cruise. We're going into the bedroom.
There's no way.
I got the biggest tool. Massive. It's the biggest in the world.
You're in collusion with Russia, and you're Hitler. It's fucking horrible.
Take it easy. Just relax. We can do it very quickly. We go into the room. I'm in, I'm out. I'm worth billions of dollars. You could have everything. All you have to do is touch it.
Like, that's gross.
So you don't want to touch it.
Nope.
You gotta be kidding. It's unbelievable. I can't believe you would do this to the President of the United States of America. The presidency has tremendous power. I could put you in jail.
You're a threat to democracy.
You're going into jail. You stupid son of a bitch. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it immediately, almost immediately upon entering office. That will be done, I would say, in my first day, maybe 2 days. You're such a stupid guy.
Fine, I'll do it.
Nope, it's not going to happen. You cannot ever even touch it. You can't go near it. You can't do anything. What a disgrace. It would have been so good.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
I can't watch.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Genius, man. Genius.
Click that guy's profile. He does these all the time. And the reason I found out about him is because Joe Rogan was talking about him on one of his podcasts. And so I looked him up and I was like, oh, yeah, he's pretty good. Scroll down and see what other videos he's got. See if we noticed anybody in particular. There's the Donald Trump one. Oh, go up to the top and click his video tabs. And that way we don't have to, or media, yeah. And then, It doesn't seem like he's got a lot there. Anyway, I've seen other stuff from him. Absolutely friggin' hilarious, bro. You're gonna touch it. It's the biggest one in the world. It's the biggest tool in the world.
It takes a lot of work to do that.
I know. Probably takes the dude hours, and I don't know if he even makes any money off of it or anything, but I thought it was fascinating. Thought it was good stuff.
Yeah, the ending was definitely the climax of the video for sure.
You know, the right,
No pun intended.
Yeah.
we have become the meme masters. Screw the left, man. You know? I mean, if you think about it, the conservatives and the amount of humorous material they put out,
Creativity.
yes, that get people laughing, and I think they have actually influenced some folks.
Yeah, but the left can't meme. That's been known for a long time.
yeah.
And they just have no. They have no. I mean, they're just miserable beings.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't be creative and funny. It's what happened to SNL. You can't be funny if you're just a miserable person, because especially if you're in this victimhood mindset, like you're not going to be able to come up with anything to make people laugh because you were just I don't even know the word to use. Just
Well, they're preaching to
worthless.
the choir at this point. I mean, you know, we're all watching the old Saturday Night Live clips. You know, we're getting our joy out of that.
Yeah, not to mention we got the facts on our side too. It's a lot easier to meme when you got the facts
Yes,
and the stats.
it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There was one thing I did see from Saturday Night Live. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was a skit. Who was it? Tim. How do you spell Tim Kaine?
It's K-I or K-A-I-N-E.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was an SNL skit. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to send this to you, Tony. And this one actually was funny, but it is a rare. And I'm assuming this is Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday Night Live. It was funny, but it is a rare moment in comedy history because they did Kamala Harris, which actually, hold that one, Tony. Let's do the Kamala Harris skit first. I'll look that up.
Okay.
So SNL, Kamala. I have not even watched it. I just saw that it was exact. Oh, we can't play it. We'll get hit with a copyright.
Yeah.
Listen here. Yeah, dadgummit.
They need all the money they can get. I bet they're losing money at this point. The show's not even funny anymore.
Yeah, y'all should let us play it. I mean, we could play it, and then if it gets cut out, then it just gets cut out. Let's do that anyway. Let's just see. Just actually put it on our small screen down in the corner.
Okay.
And let's try that. So this is apparently some game show, and they've got a couple contestants on them. One of the contestants is woke, but it's fine. It's whatever. The Kamala thing though, that was I guess they did that in the same episode. Mm-hmm. So they had a funny bit, and then they brought in Kamala to do the exact same thing that Donald Trump did, which just, I mean, can you not? My thought process was that Kamala cannot be like, you can't make a turd sandwich look appealing no matter how hard you try. You can put some garnish on it.
You can fry it.
You can fry it. You know, you can do all these different things, but people are going to still say that's a turd sandwich. Mm-hmm. With Kamala Harris, no matter what you do, no matter how funny your writers are, she's such a non-serious person. Like, she sucks so bad, and she's so boring and everything else that not even the best writers in Hollywood could make a funny skit about her. So they just copied what they did with Donald Trump a few years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, like my old boss used to say in the car wash business, you can't polish a turd.
You can't polish a turd. That's a thing, man. That's a thing. So yeah, we feel good about it. We hope y'all do as well, and it's gonna be a good time. Now, here's this, by the way. This should be getting people fired up to vote for Donald Trump.
Oh,
Peanut. Peanut.
I'm gonna cry.
Do y'all understand what happened in this situation? This man and his wife were the owners of a pet squirrel and a pet raccoon. The pet squirrel was the most famous squirrel on TikTok, the first squirrel ever to reach 1 million followers.
Yep.
And it was so cool to see because the squirrel he'd come home, he'd jump on his shoulder, the squirrel would do little tricks and everything
He'd wear,
else.
he'd dress him in different costumes.
Little outfits, yeah. And had him for years, 7 years, until the state of New York just all of a sudden beat their door down, confiscated the squirrel and the raccoon, and killed them. For what? For what?
We're checking for rabies.
That is a Democrat state. That is what the entire country would look like under Kamala Harris. They'd be taking your kids and doing that. Oh, you don't want to let your child transition? We're taking your kids away. We're going to euthanize them with experimental chemicals.
God, if that doesn't scare you.
Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're setting them up for failure. They're going to end up being suicidal, or they're going to snap and they're going to shoot a place up or whatever, because you're pumping these different chemicals and these hormones in their bodies. Anyway, this is the first outlet to talk to this couple when the whole thing happened. I guess it was just soon after they took the animals. They talked to TMZ.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
And the raccoon as well. I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house.
New York cares about immigration statuses?
Every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon.
Man.
And then they took them and killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safely, and the world witnessed this for 7 years? Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most famous squirrel. We weren't hiding him by any means. He was all over TikTok. He became the first squirrel on TikTok to ever hit 1 million followers. He did every news station around the world. He's helped people. He's helped kids gather joy. And then we started a nonprofit animal rescue called Peanut's Freedom Farm to help animals like Peanut fight a good fight when they're in a neglected case or they're sitting in a slaughter auction. And he was the cornerstone of our life and our organization. We used his platform to help raise money for the 300 animals we have at our sanctuary.
Man.
Gosh.
So the next question is, why did they do it? What prompted them to go after these people? And with Peanut being so well known, okay, he's obviously viral on TikTok. They're going to different local news outlets and probably doing their little morning show, and it's like, oh, look at this squirrel, blah blah blah. Very well known, very well known. And then all of a sudden, 7 years in, they beat the door down. They cuff and stuff these people. Why? What prompted this? And we found out it was this lady right here, Monica Kiesler.
Yep.
Monica is from Texas, right?
Mm-hmm. East Texas.
And Monica saw cute little Peanut on TikTok, decided she didn't like the joy that somebody else was having or that squirrel was bringing to people. And when you deal with, let's just say, Democrats, I'll go ahead and pin her as a Democrat voter.
But it is on her site. There's a screenshot.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Simple Kamala.
You know, imagine that. When you have people that are miserable in their own lives and they see others having joy and having fun, they want to crush that joy. And so this lady did just that.
This is Monica Kiesler. She's the reason we lost these two beloved babies.
The music.
Yeah, you can just cut the music, but
She's
this is
the
her.
reason we lost our beloved babies.
Look at Peanut. Look how chubby
God,
he
man, I
looks.
can't.
This is horrible, and they call us garbage. Jesus.
Right.
And Monica Kiesler has come out and said that she posted something on TikTok saying it was her right to report Longo to the DEC before making her account private.
Longo, is that the name of the raccoon?
I guess.
No,
mean-
Fred is the name of the raccoon.
Oh, I got you.
No.
Man, that's a cute squirrel, too.
I know. I see squirrels in my yard all the time, and I always think, man, how cool would it be if they just let me, like, they just come up and let me pet it or something.
Actually, my aunt feeds peanuts to squirrels outside of her condo in Florida, and they come up right to her hand and take it right out. One's taken it out of my hand, too, and she has names for them all and everything.
I wonder if I should do that and maybe buy a bag of peanuts and just kind of toss them their way and see if that warms them up. Do they disappear when it gets cold, or do they stay around year round?
I don't know, but I don't know if I would, be trying to get squirrels to come in your house because.
Well, not in my house.
Yeah, well, Peanut's mom was run over, and when Peanut was a tiny baby, so that's why they took Peanut in.
But I'm saying I want to toss peanuts in my yard in memory of Peanut for the other squirrels that are already in my yard.
All right, now that's a different story. Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring them in. I'm just trying
It's
to
like
get
a
them to warm up.
ceremony.
Yeah, like a memoriam
That's a good idea.
in remembrance of. So I'm gonna do that on the way home. I'm gonna pick up a sack of peanuts. Do I just get the dry roasted ones? Like I need the ones in the shell, right?
Yeah,
I would
she
think
feeds
so.
them in the shell, and they do their own
They
thing
got
with
the little
shell.
hands where they can, open
Pop them open.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it, but we have hundreds of deer in our neighborhood, and the deer would eat it, and nobody's euthanized the deer in New York that I know of.
Well, why don't you like try to warm up to the deer near your
No,
house?
they live. I mean, they're everywhere. There's like 5 or 6 when I wake up every morning.
That's cool.
And no, they can't do anything about it in my neighborhood because you can't go shoot deer in a neighborhood. You can't hunt them with bow and arrow in the neighborhood. And they've gotten so.
Well, you can't say shit on the radio either, but that's never stopped you. I'm not telling you to shoot the deer. I'm just saying that, rules are subjective.
How dare you? But anyway, you got me so upset. I don't remember what I was saying.
Listen,
Oh my God.
I think it would be cool to have a bunch of deer that constantly in your yard.
Now,
Maybe
if we had a
it's
pet
surfing.
deer, we could call him John, right?
Yeah, John the deer.
John Deere. John
would be
Deere.
it.
Well, no, I mean, they literally, and I guess this is good, they wait by the side of the road until your car goes by. Now, they do know not to run in front of people. So, I mean, cars, but, I guess that's okay. I saw one smoking the other day. A couple of unemployed deer just
Yeah.
hanging out there waiting for the landscaping company to come by, and they would run after it and see if they could help.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Now, I just hope about this squirrel. My aunt's a super liberal, and she loves squirrels. I hope that this news gets to some of the liberals out there that love animals because this is horrible.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling this kind of gives me vibes like, what's next? Are human, people are just going to tell on
Exactly.
humans? Oh,
Yeah. It's just it's a good reminder, and maybe Peanut sacrificed himself to make sure Donald Trump could get elected. He gave his own life to say this is how out of control, totalitarian that these Democrats are.
This is vaguely familiar. Maybe they should arrest those DE whatever agents and put them on trial. And we should take to the streets and riot for Peanut.
not now peacefully,
Yeah, peacefully and
riot.
patriotically.
God, that was a joke that went out.
You
badly.
are on a roll today.
Oh my gosh.
Peacefully protest.
Turn off my mic, please, Tony.
John Bird has got a list of all the things he's not supposed to say, and he's said them today. We're almost at the end of the list. Speaking of things you're not supposed to do, man, fish tank. We briefly talked about it.
Yeah.
And I've been preoccupied with the election, so I haven't really gotten balls deep into fish tank yet. But I know I will once I can have some peace of mind when I'm less of a basket case. Hopefully on Wednesday or Thursday.
I'm worried, though. about that guy in there.
So here's a preview. This is a preview of the new season of Fish Tank. It's season 3, and it's just some short clips from the first few days of the house. They call it the famous house, and what they've done is they have told contestants that they are shooting a pre-recorded, edited reality show that they're then going to release later, and then go on to tell them that they're streaming live on Hulu and all this other stuff. None of it's true. And so all of these people, they have no contact with the outside world. They think they're the most famous people in the country right now, that everybody is watching them. So here's a preview of it.
There's so many things about this house that like nobody's suspicious of that I'm just like so confused all the time.
Are they allowed to touch? This is Fish Tank. These contestants don't realize they are on a live show on the internet. They think they're filming an edited series called Famous House.
Episode 1 is officially live on Hulu.
Oh, God.
Are you willing to stay for that 50 grand? So then, you throw that in. Then you throw in, you ain't get your cell phone, you don't have internet, you don't have your access to family.
The AI things telling me to do things that seem weird.
Like, bro, I don't see how it's that hard for people to figure out.
And the fact you honestly knows it builds suspense.
Ew. There's no warning.
That's what I know. So here's not making clear sense.
And so that black guy, his name's Bert. And I think they've confirmed he's at least got a level of schizophrenia. And he keeps talking about how AI keeps talking to him, telling him to do stuff. Well, he's probably talking about the TTS. And TTS is going to mess with the guy beyond belief. So I'm kind of in a spot where I'm like, how long before this dude snaps?
That's what I'm thinking.
And
this house will be famous for a different reason.
Knowing Sam Hyde, he's going to do everything in his power to make sure this guy doesn't get booted off. He's going to say the only way this guy's going to go if we decide that it's gone too far and we let him go. He'll be there for a while because he's kind of like the main character, almost like Jimmy was in the last one, because Jimmy was bad-ish crazy. But this is some of the disturbing things that have come out of Bert. All right, I want you to look at this picture. There's Bert. He's laying in the bed. There's another individual. I don't know if that's a girl or a guy. I think it's a girl. Maybe it's a guy. Who knows in 2024? But Bert is essentially playing with himself.
Dang.
And he just goes like that for 30 minutes.
What?
Just rubbing himself. And then this poor soul over in the corner has no idea. All right, that's enough. That's really graphic.
It goes on for a full minute on that clip.
Let's
Bert the squirt.
Oh God!
What?
Tom Bert.
What? I didn't say Tony. My God! Why would you say that?
I didn't know that was on his list too. I thought the list was over by now.
Now, is TTS worse than TDS, or what's the deal?
Sometimes it is worse than TDS, based on what. Let's take a live look at Fish Tank real quick. We just got to do a check-in at the end of each show. We'll call it our Fish Tank segment. We need to make some theme music and everything else.
Okay.
One of the cool things about this season is in some of the rooms, they've got the camera where traditionally you'd just be looking like at the room from a corner. But now they've got cameras that will zoom in on people's faces. You can hear them a lot better. The camera can move around and everything else. So it seems they're all hanging out in the kitchen.
No, because I never heard of that Yoruba either.
So this is live right now.
Yeah.
We're on different coasts.
They had that Yoruba.
And just look at Bert standing there like he's just...
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'd be terrified. Waiting on Bert to snap.
Now, right now, these people don't know they're live. Is that the case?
Correct. They think it's being recorded, but I think they only think it's being recorded when the cameraman's, because you've got cameramen that come in there and shoot different angles and everything else. Because ultimately, I mean, it's going to be pre-produced at the end, because they turn around and release it on YouTube.
Right.
They release, 10 episodes that go through the whole season, but that takes them like 6 months or so to put them together. But look how nice the house is. It's actually a lot nicer.
Different than the other one.
Now, it'll be trashed within a week, but I thought it was, I'm like, they have a pretty good swanky place here.
That's a big open space right there.
Yeah, it's like a little skate park. They'll be out there skateboarding.
That's pretty nice, actually.
I know. How cool would it be to have a house like that? That's pretty dope.
Season 1 must have been very successful.
Oh, how much money you think they made? I mean,
we talked about this before, didn't I? Guess like $750, and it was right around there or something.
Because to do a TTS, like a text to speech, just one, is like $30 or $35 just to do one, and people are doing it all day, every day. So they had to make. They made over $1 million. But also, there's some cost. There's the cost of the house, cost of the repairs after it's over. You got to pay the guys on the crew. You got to pay for all that equipment.
I think after it was all said and done, they profited like $750K is what I remember.
So that means they would have probably had to make like $5 million.
Probably more like 2.5 to 2, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyway. That's fish.
And then there's taxes too on top of that.
Don't forget your taxes.
Yeah. Chop out 30% of that.
And the winner wins $50,000. And I want to say they mentioned something about the taxes, like they pay the taxes. The fish tank guys pay the taxes, so that the winner actually does get $50,000.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That would be.
But what is
good,
Hulu say? Have they worked out a deal with Hulu?
No, they just lied to them about it.
So they can do that and not have any legal recourse from Hulu?
Well, it's just an internet show. I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want on the internet.
Yeah, I doubt they'd get in any trouble. What's Hulu going to say? Well, how dare you use our name? It's free advertising.
Yeah. It's not like they're actually doing anything with Hulu. They just told these jabronis that they're live. Anyway, cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's the problem with Fish Tank is it's a long form deal. Like you got to take time to sit down and watch and wait for something to happen. Otherwise, you're just kind of it's almost like fishing. Watching Fish Tank is like fishing. And maybe this is where they got the name from. Is you sit there with your pole in the water in front of your computer waiting for something to bite. And what it does, it's almost like it's almost extra rewarding because you feel like you've put in the effort.
You get that dopamine, you get that shot of dopamine,
right.
You get addicted.
You've been sitting here waiting for that big thing to happen. It happens. You got to see it live. You feel like you're a part of it. Then you start firing off TTS. And tell Bert that the voices are, telling him to do X, Y, and Z and stuff like that.
Before you know it, you're hearing J.
We have so many people in our audience that still text that during the show. They'll send a bunch of J's. J. So, anyway, that's it. This is going to be, hopefully you guys are watching this episode before the election. And if not, and you're watching it after the election, I hope we look super smart and look like we know what we're talking about, which would mean everything turned out all right.
Yes.
Yeah, the worst thing is if we end up on some like random clip to where it's like the worst or the
worst election takes montage.
Oh, yeah,
and
it reminds me
like,
of the
landslide.
The Young Turks after the 2016. I probably watched that a dozen times.
Oh God, I hope
the
we
meltdowns
don't end up on one of those.
Now, just think if we do win and everything works out the way we want. Think of all the crying and just the.
We're gonna have material for years.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be like
meltdown.
2016 times 5.
Oh yeah. Just everybody, if you're watching this and you think, I don't care what state you're in, if you think that hey, Trump's got it in the bag, I don't even have to vote, I don't have time, but don't do that. Vote no matter what.
Yes.
It's going to take all of us. And if anything, if you think Trump's got it in the bag, we want that one more vote to put him over the top. We want him to win the popular vote. Because guess what that does? Democrats are constantly talking about going to popular vote and eliminating the Electoral College. Yep. If we can show that we can win the popular vote, they'll zip that. They'll be done with it.
Yep.
And then guess what? It's deportation time, baby. It's deportation time. And a lot of people, by the way, are going to self-deport. Once they find out that, hey, these people that bamboozled you into coming to this country and giving you all this stuff, once they find out that now the government's going to be coming after them, they don't want to have to interact with the government. It's not everybody, may not even be half, but there's going to be a lot that say, I think it's time to go home.
Yeah, and I hope some of these entertainers that are on certain lists from certain people, I really hope they leave the country, just because, I think everybody's tired of them, and they're regular people like us. They entertain for a living. They don't know squat about what's going on, and they just have to do what they're told.
Right. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, hope everything turns out great. Tony Gump, you got any final words?
Final words are get out and vote. Even if you're in a state where you know which way it's going to go, get out and put that notch on the total number there. We need to win the popular vote. We need to have like a Reagan 80 or 84 type of thing going on here. And I really think it's achievable. And I'll be praying tonight like I always have been. And by the grace of God, what's going to happen is supposed to happen just like everything else.
I think that everybody needs to look at it in this way. When you go vote, you're playing your part in the battle, in the war for that matter. Mm-hmm. And that sticker represents your badge of honor. And I would encourage everybody, when you get your sticker, keep it. Put it somewhere where it can be safe. Put it in a little frame, maybe a little shadow box or something.
Nice.
And take pride in that sticker that you were one of the people that helped get this country back on track and ultimately save this country, because the country is going to be destroyed if Trump loses. It will be absolutely destroyed. So you will be saving the country from destruction. Save that sticker. John Bird.
I love this country. That's
really? That's it?
Yeah. But, well, okay, I got to mention one thing that keeps bothering me. My stomach continues to be upset. And I'm a little worried because I'm pulling back the curtain. I am going to be Uncle Sam. And access is not too good in the pants. So I guess I won't be eating, and that makes me very sad. So just pray for me that I don't shit my pants. Tomorrow, that would be so humiliating. And it would be humiliating for Trump. I may have to leave the country. I don't know.
You would go from Uncle Sam to Sergeant Brownstein.
Oh.
Listen, nobody's better at playing along with the gimmick than you. So if you do shit your pants, just roll with it. Everybody shits their pants.
That's humiliating.
Maybe not every day, but everybody's done it at least once.
I'll tell you one thing. I would be willing to shit my pants for America. I would do just about anything. Not anything, but I would shit my pants for America.
Bravo.
Trump 2024.
Yeah. Bravo. Bravo.
Yep.
Good job.
I'm pumped.
I am too. That actually got me really excited. All right, we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Really, comment. Everybody comment on this video. Share it. And RIP Peanut. Until next time. See you guys.